तब कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम कविभिडीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh. On 25th February 1885, when Sri Ramakrishna visited his house, on the way to see a drama, the Star Theatre, Brishaketu, in North Kolkata, and the topic was, as usual, realization of God in this life. Sri Ramakrishna realized God in various ways, being God himself, incarnated as a human being, to show the modern man how they can realize God, remaining wherever they are. We are extremely fortunate to be in the post Sri Ramakrishna era, where we have his life-giving message and burning life to guide us towards our common goal, God realization. Sri Ramakrishna was very emphatic in clearly defining what is God realization. We had so far lot of vague idea, shrouded thoughts about what is God realization. Sri Ramakrishna realized God very intimately and clearly stated, to see God is the goal of life. This very question was asked by Narendranath to Sri Ramakrishna when he was a college student. He went on asking this question to various people, and finally someone said, you go and meet Sri Ramakrishna Dakshineshwar. He confronted Sri Ramakrishna with this question, have you seen God? So the first time he found a person to reply point blank, yes. Not only I have seen God, I can show you also. He took this challenge of a modern man, whether God realization is possible in this material world. And then he qualified his vision that I have seen God as I see you, not in imagination or in a dream, or at night, modern daylight, as I see you. And then he qualified his vision saying, but in a more intense way, more vivid way than I see God.
कोई बच्चे होंगे तो बुला लेते बुला
Now we have to understand what he meant by seeing God more intensely. Because we have different stages of our existence. Our mind travels in 4 levels. First level is conscious, Chetan. जिसको जागृत कहलाता है, waking state कहलाता है. In this state, we interact with the world with eyes open. All of us have these 4 levels of existence. One is Jagrat. As we are interacting now, with eyes open. But when we sleep, then the eyes are closed. But even then, we have some consciousness and we dream. All of us dream. So that level is called subconscious, avachetan. That's also a stage of our life. During our sleeping time, most of the time we dream. That is called avachetan, subconscious. They are also interact, but in a hazy way, not so direct as the waking state. As I see you in the dream state, we see in a hazy way. That is called dream state. Swapna Avastha. And the memory of the waking state stays for a long time, whereas the memory for the dream state is short-lived. Second stage, so we have got 4 levels of existence. First is waking state, Jagrat Avastha, conscious. Second is subconscious, dream state, when our vision is hazy. Third is unconscious, when we are in deep sleep. Then we are in a level of ignorance, achetan. Chetan, avachetan, achetan. Conscious, subconscious, unconscious. Now, in the unconscious state, we have to understand, we don't die. Then our mind goes to the unconscious level and we do not remember what happens at that time. Dream state we remember for some time. And unconscious state, we are Agyan Avastha. Now, nevertheless, our life persists, and when we wake up, then it rejoins us. It's like the electronic watch. When there is current, the watch will reflect the time. Current is off, then no time will be reflected. Battery is off. But when the battery is resumed, the time does not get lost. It resumes from where it was stopped. Similarly, in our existence, we regain all of our memories as soon as we get up. So we have got three states of existence: conscious, unconscious, subconscious. Chetan, avachetan, achetan, wakeful state, dream state, deep sleep state. Normally, all of us who are these three conditions only. Fourth stage, we do not have any access to the fourth state, though we have it. Sri Ramakrishna said to Swami Vivekananda, "Yes, I have seen God as I see you, but more intensely. That is, I have seen God in a different level, which is beyond the level of waking state, which is called Ati Chetan, superconscious state. We have a fourth state. We have a four-storied mansion, every one of us. There is the ground floor, there is basement 1, basement 2, and there is a top floor. Unfortunately, we have an access to go to the ground floor, basement 1 and basement 2. We do not have the key to visit our top floor, the roof. Most of us do not go there, but it is our own house. Sri Ramakrishna says, Sri Ramakrishna invites us, please come in the front. अच्छा सामने आ जाइए, सामने आ जाइए. भीतर में भीतर में
देवेंद्र होगा. मोटा बिस वो बता सकते.
Now, Sri Ramakrishna is inviting us toward the goal of our life, saying, the goal of every human being is to see God. Narendranath, being a young man, confronted him with this question, have you seen God? He says, yes, I have seen God. Not only I have seen God, I can show you. And I have seen God in a more intense way. More intense way means God is seen with a different level of our existence. We have four existences, I have said. One is conscious, one is subconscious, third is unconscious. Chetan, avachetan, achetan. Wakeful state, dream state, deep sleep state. All of us experience this. But we have a fourth state, which is Ati Chetan. To rise to this Ati Chetan or super conscious state is the goal of life. That is our birthright. Unfortunately, we are born, but we die without having any scope to visit our own top floor and leave the world without seeing God for which we are born. Most of us are unfortunate because we have not been given this knowledge at the early stage of our life. We learn about God at the fag end of the life when the life is over. But the young people are fortunate, those young people are fortunate who have been given this news that you can see God in this very life. Remaining wherever you are, you don't have to give up the world, go to a forest or a jungle or become a monk. Continue to do whatever you are, but realize God before leaving this world. That is the invitation, आह्वान, श्री रामकृष्ण का आह्वान जो कि गॉस्पेल ऑफ श्री रामकृष्ण में लिखा हुआ है. So it is a golden message for the entire humanity that come and enjoy your life to the fullest extent and be happy and blessed in this very life. So Sri Ramakrishna, his entire life was spent in giving this message that God can be seen and it can be interacted as you do today. Sri Ramakrishna said, I see God as I see you. Now in this interaction particular episode, which took place on 25th February 1885, there was a conversation. Sri Ramakrishna was telling that God can be realized by householders also. Previously it was thought that in order to see God, you have to give up your hearth and home, be a sannyasin, be a monk, go to the forest or Uttarkashi and meditate. The householders, they are supposed to call on God, but wait for a future life to get the opportunity to see God. Because it goes without saying that the householders are constrained in their life. आप लोग इधर आ जाइए, सामने आ जाइए. When God incarnated as Chaitanya Dev, then he called his companion Nityananda and sent him from Puri to Bengal to redeem the householders. Chaitanya Dev was a monk. He left his hearth and home. He had a beautiful wife, but he left her and became a monk and realized God. But then he felt that most of the people who are in the world, in householders, they are not being looked after. So he told his companion Nityananda, Shono Shono Nityananda Bhai, Songshari Jiber Kohu Goti Nai. Those who are engaged in the world, they are doomed. So please go and help them. So Nityananda was a monk, a Avadhut from childhood. He was sent to get married, live with the householders and show the way. Now, in the incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna, we are seeing for the first time in the world, never it was seen, that a monk and householder, they are leading a life simultaneously. Sri Ramakrishna was a monk of the excellent, par excellence, Tyagishwara, as well as he was a householder. His married wife, he continued till the last day of his life, kept with her, kept with him wherever he went, did not dispense, like Buddha or Chaitanya Dev and others. The new dimension of spiritual life, Sri Ramakrishna showed in his way, that wherever you are, it is open for all. You can be a monk or you can be a householder, depending on your taste or temperament. But the goal is to realize God, to see God before you leave this world. The topic of discussion was very interesting, that the brother of Girish Chandra Ghosh, now he was not a spiritual person. He was a barrister in Calcutta High Court, Vakil. He was saying, sir, what is our way of life, spiritual, क्या करना है, ईश्वर लाभ करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए हम लोग के लिए. Sri Ramakrishna did not say that close your business and do not go to the court and call on God day and night. He didn't say that. He said, यो करो वो करो, ये भी करो वो भी करो, दो चीज़ करो. तुम जो कर रहे हो वो करते चलो और ईश्वर को भी पुकारते चलो. दोनों चीज़ एक साथ करो, हैंड इन हैंड चलेगा. Now, someone was present in this congregation. Then he said, is it possible, because Atul Chandra Ghosh was not a Brahmin, not of higher caste. One Brahmin was sitting there of higher caste. ये जात पात का बंदोबस्त तभी था, अब तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. उन्होंने पूछा, is it possible for a non-Brahmin to have spiritual life? Sri Ramakrishna said, why not? In Kali Yuga, there are plenty of people who have realized God and achieved the highest glory. For example, Shavari, Ravidas and Guhak Chandal. 3 examples he gave. We discussed the life of Shavari at length here. Shavari was a very ugly, illiterate woman of a hunter community. Shavari was very ugly. He was unmarried. She was illiterate and belonged to a poor hunter family. But she wanted to realize God. And her guru told, do not go anywhere. You'll be rejected everywhere. But God will come to you. तो रामचंद्र को चलकर उनका आश्रम में पहुंचना पड़ा. She did not go to see Rama. रामचंद्र को चलकर ढूंढते हुए, कहाँ है शबरी का कुटिया, ढूंढते हुए लक्ष्मण के साथ वनवास के समय उनके घर में पहुंचा और उनको आशीर्वाद किया. That is the solution. We should be learning the technique to call on God in such a way that we need not seek God, God will seek us. He will come. Shavari has shown the way, being the Bhil Ramani. And Shavari, how she became ugly. She was, in her previous birth, very beautiful and affluent lady. And she had a deep intensity to realize God. When she went to the community of the monks in Allahabad, the sadhus say, we do not look at woman, you get away. And that too, you are a beautiful woman, you are rejected. So she found out her beauty is standing in the way to call on God, and her affluence and her aristocracy is standing in the way. So he prayed, in my next birth, let me be an ugly woman from an aborigin's class and without education. And that's how she came and proved that God can be realized wherever you are, whatever you are doing. Second example has been given by Ravidas. Ravidas is a much contemporary religion, about 400 years ago. We have discussed also several episodes the wonderful life of Ravidas. Now, who was he? He was a chamar, cobbler, shoemaker, juta banane wala admi hai. He was born near Banaras, and he realized God, and he continued. After realization of God, he continues his profession till the last day of his life. अंतिम दिन तक जूता बनाया, ये दिखाने के लिए कर्म से धर्म का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, that becomes pure. Depends on your attitude, which mentality you are doing the work. That is the most important. God sees the mind, not where you are or what you are doing. And our job is to attach the mind, discipline the mind in such a way that it gets the ability to rise to the fourth level, superconscious. That is our ultimate goal. Herein you find that Ravidas is giving a wonderful message by his life and teachings. He was so exalted that even Mirabai and other people came for Diksha from Ravidas. Exalted life. We are fortunate in UP. He was born in UP, very close, and he lived here. Here we, Kapurthala mein Ravidas Mandir hai. Abhi bhi, there are a lot of followers. The person said, can non-Brahmins realize God? It's a fitting reply. If not, how Ravidas realize God? And he proved as a challenge that not only he realized God, he continued his profession. ये दिखाने के लिए कि चमार कुछ अछूत नहीं है, बंदनीय है. Those who are attached to God, they are to be worshipped, not what they are doing. A fitting reply to the society. Now, we have discussed the philosophy of Ravidas at length. His philosophy is based on 10 points. 10 बिंदु पर उनका दर्शन आधारित है. रविदास, हम लोग अपने पूर्व चर्चा में सात बिंदु कवर कर लिया. 7 points we already covered. Let me recapitulate. Philosophy of Ravidas. Wonderful philosophy, and his ideas are perfectly matching with the tenets of Sri Ramakrishna. Wonderful. He did not he appeared before Sri Ramakrishna was born, but his idea is similar to Sri Ramakrishna's, confirming that all the realized souls talk on the same language, the language of God. His philosophy is based on 10 points. The first 7 points are as follows. Number 1, मानव जीवन का उद्देश्य है ईश्वर लाभ. As I said, Sri Ramakrishna was never tired in saying the same thing. The goal of life is to realize. Ravidas is saying, not Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna quoted him in his gospel. Now look at the life of Ravidas and find out how exalted is he. First of all, he says, परमात्मा का प्राप्ति ही मानव जीवन का मूल उद्देश्य है. लेकिन ही गेव ए वार्निंग, मानव जीवन की क्षणभंगुरता एवं सांसारिक मायाजाल. Two warnings he gave. Though the goal of life is to realize God, but life is limited. In these days, life is not forever. So within the limited span of life, you have to fulfill your goal. Number one. Secondly, beware of the various obstacles, mayajal, various labyrinth, which stops you to reach your goal. There are a lot of distractions in life. That has to be taken care of, and we should never forget the goal of life. Every night before going to bed, we must remember that my goal of life, wherever I am, is to realize God, and I can and I will. This positive thinking must be there constantly with us. Sri Ramakrishna said it is possible for householders. It's not impossible. That is the goal set for us. We forget by the snares of this world. We do not think that is the ultimate priority, ultimate requirement. Let us do whatever we are doing. But keep in the mind that that has to be achieved also. That cannot be wiped off or postponed. Sooner the better, because life is short. Second, Ghat Ghat Basi Paramatma. God is not to be seen above the sky. God is present everywhere. As Swami Vivekananda says, Bohu rupe shonmukhe toma chhari kotha khojije Ishwar. Jive prem kore jei jon sebiche Ishwar. Swami Vivekananda says, God is present before you in so many various forms. जीता जगता परमात्मा चारों ओर विराजमान है. इनको छोड़कर कहाँ भगवान को ढूंढ रहे हो? Serve the living gods around you in whatever way you can. That is the best form of worship. Same thing was told by Ravidas, that प्रत्येक जीव के भीतर राम विराजमान है. So change your attitude, your look, holistic look towards the life. Do not look on anybody as sinner or he is a dejected person. God is present in every being. Have a holistic view of life. But we have to be practical also. This question was asked to Sri Ramakrishna. If God is present in everywhere, should we interact with everyone similar way? Sri Ramakrishna says no. God is present in a saint and is a sinner, a crooked person. God is present in a bird and also in a tiger. But शेर से गला नहीं मिलाना है, खा लेंगे. So you have to have a practical view also. Looking at God everywhere, your behavior should be according to the situation. Those who are naughty, stay away, keep a distance, but do not condemn anybody. Do not think that anybody is gone and rotten. God is present everywhere. Have a holistic view. Do not see any negative anywhere around you. नकारात्मक सोच नहीं होना चाहिए. सबके भीतर परमात्मा विराजमान है in various degrees. So when we see this holistic view, our life becomes exalted. When you see a sinner, when you see a bad person, a bad woman, you are polluting your mind. That is not the way. See God everywhere in various degrees and always remain holy and holistic. The second point, attitude of our life, our view, our दृष्टि, मानसिकता सही होना चाहिए. थर्ड इज जीवित गुरु की आवश्यकता. नाउ दिस इज द peculiar statement which the modern man or woman fails to understand. That if God can be seen, God is present everywhere, God is present within us, then what is the need of a guru? Guru की क्या आवश्यकता है? Here it is very clear, there should be a living human being to guide you towards the goal. Now God, though He is present everywhere, and Guru एक सच्चिदानंद ही गुरु बनता है. Guru is one, not many. But when we try to proceed to God, God appears to us as a human guide and takes us towards Him. Without the help of a human guru, we cannot reach the goal. That has to be accepted. We should not have any prejudice. This is not present in the Western thought. They say it is not necessary. So without the help, those who have reached goal, that is their इनको कहना है कि गुरु की आवश्यकता है. Now, anybody cannot become a guru. Guru has some qualifications. And for us to find out whether a person is qualified or not, very difficult. Because everybody looks alike. How do we know he is a good person or a bad person? What is his character? So for that, the solution is that we need not knock our head to find a guru. Guru will find us. There is a wonderful equation in the spiritual world. Swami Vivekananda says that in order to grow a plant, you need a seed, a valid seed. बीज बिना पौधा नहीं होता है, और बीज सही बीज होना चाहिए. A dead seed will not give any plant. Now, how do you know? By seeing a seed which is dead or alive, there is not in our power. Swami Vivekananda says, you need not search a seed. You make the field ready. Make yourself ready. When the field is ready, the seed must come. That is the law of God. अपने को तैयार करो. Call on God. At the proper time, Guru will knock at your door and give you the guidance. Guru is he who gives the guidance without any motive. कोई व्यापार नहीं है, कुछ पैसा से ज्ञान नहीं दिया जाता है. ज्ञान अपना आप भगवान बनाते हैं, लेकिन we have to understand that it is a necessity. When the time arrives, Guru will come and deliver us. The history of the human beings, the saints and seers throughout time has shown that the people have realized God with the help of a guru. Everybody has realized that. We must know. But we need not hurry. When the time comes, the situation will automatically be provided to us. Those who have been initiated, you can ask them how they are initiated. They will find we did not plan. It happened by the will of God. Fourth point is Satsanga Mahatva. The importance of holy company. This has to be understood that, as Shankaracharya says, Kshanamapi sangati sangatarika bhavati bhavanavatarane noka. Even a moment's company of holy people takes us away across the world. So when we are in satsang, in a holy company, we hear a holy discourse that instigates the latent spirituality in our life. We are all spiritual, but in a latent form, potential, सुप्त रूप से हैं. हम सबके भीतर देवत्व है, लेकिन वो सुप्त रूप से. That is in a dormant state that has to be roused. How can it be roused? How can it be awakened? By the company of the holy, by reading good books and hearing good lectures, discourse. Plenty are available. You are going to your library, you have so many good books in a bookstall, there are so many discourses going on. Participate, and that will rouse your latent spiritual power and reach the goal. But this is important. Satsang is important. Even for a small time, takes us away to a great hell, as in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little company of the holy, maybe 1 hour a week, will take care of the great evil of the life. Fifth is Nama Bhakti. This is a wonderful philosophy by all saints and seers that the power of the name of God is more than the God himself. भगवान का नाम भगवान से भी अधिक शक्तिशाली है. Now he said, Sri Ramchandra had to build a bridge to go from India to Sri Lanka. During his fight with Ravana, with his army of monkeys, he had to build a bridge. But his assistant, Hanumanji, how did he cross? Prabhu Mudrika Mele Mukamahi Jalaji Rangi Acharajanahi. By taking the name of Rama in his mouth, he crossed without any difficulty. So, name of God is more powerful than God himself. Now, we have to realize God. God is not seen. How to get him? So, God's name is with us. So, there is a thread, Suta. सूता का एक प्रांत में भगवान का नाम है, दूसरा प्रांत में भगवान है. So God has made himself available to us through his name. His name is the most powerful tool in our hand. God is not in our hand, but his name is with us. So the name of God, if we stick to it, if we hold one end of the thread, that is the name of God, and proceed by repeating the name, gradually we reach the other end, जहाँ पर भगवान प्रकट हो जाएंगे. नाम और नामी अभेद है. God and his name are inseparable. So any name of God you can take, of your choice, that will do. Of your choice, any name will do. When time arrives, what the Guru does, he corrects the name in the proper term. वही नाम बदल देते हैं. गुरु और क्या कर, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ ए गुरु? टू गिव यू ए नेम ऑफ गॉड, दैट्स ऑल. गुरु मंत्र प्रदान करते हैं. गुरु का मतलब, गुरुकरण का मतलब क्या है? गुरु इज ही विल गिव ए करेक्ट नेम बाय रिपीटिंग विच यू कैन रीच गॉड इन ए क्विकर वे, फास्टर वे. जब आप भगवान को नाम पुकारते हैं, भगवान आपको बुला लेते हैं. Now to understand, Sri Ramakrishna explains, a child wants to go to his father. He cannot utter the father's name. वो पा पा करते हैं, लेकिन पिताजी समझ लेते हैं ये मुझे बुलाते हैं. तब उनको पिताजी का कैसे पुकारना है सिखा देते हैं. यही है मामला. तो whatever name is convenient for you, you repeat. But when you repeat God's name, make it a habit, then the mind becomes, God is pure, God is full of energy, God is full of love, full of bliss. ये भगवान का जो गुणावली है, वो प्रेम रूप, प्रेम स्वरूप है, आनंद स्वरूप है, ज्ञान स्वरूप है. His name is also having these qualities. When you repeat, every repetition of God's name makes your mind pure, blissful, happy and full of power. That is a great tool in our life. Repeat God's name. Do not worry about whether you are correct name or wrong name. In time the name will be corrected. But if you form a habit of repeating God's name, that will change the color of your life. You can start and find out. That's what said by Ravidas. The Nama Bhakti. And then the next point is Satcha Prem. Then you will develop pure love. Now God can be won by pure love only. We all know how to love. But here the love is not the true love. Love is a business here. Vyapar. We have to understand what is true love. True love is that where there is no motive of return. Our love is this, I love you and I expect something from you. गिव एंड टेक, देयर इज नो लव. ये व्यापार नहीं है. भगवान को प्रति हमारा प्रेम तभी होगा, हम जब भगवान के पास जाते हैं हम भगवान को प्यार नहीं करते हैं, व्यापार है. हम भगवान को कुछ चढ़ाते हैं और चाहते ये हो जाए. दैट इज नॉट, बट दैट इज नॉट बैड. लेट अस डू इट टू स्टार्ट विथ. भगवान सेज चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम जना सुकृतुनोर्जन. अर्जुन भगवद गीता से 4 प्रकार का व्यक्ति मुझे भजन करते हैं. आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च परमर्षभ. 4 प्रकार का व्यक्ति भगवान को पुकारते हैं. एक है आर्थ, जिसका कुछ दर्द है, कुछ चाहते हैं, जिसका कोई आरती है, बीमारी है, कुछ नुकसान हो गया, भगवान के पास जाते हैं हमारा हो जाए, प्रार्थना करते हैं. कुछ प्रार्थना लेके प्रार्थी भगवान के पास पहुँचते. एक किस्म का है भगवान से दे आर सुकृतिन, दे इज गुड, हुएवर कम्स टू मी इज गुड. फर्स्ट इज अर्थ. सेकेंड इज जिज्ञासु, दे आर रिसर्च स्कॉलर, दे वांट टू नो व्हाट इज गॉड, whether God is with form, without form. They don't have any arti, they don't have any difficulty, they want to know God, jigyasu. Thirdly is artharthi. The majority of the people are artharthi. They go to God in want of something. They want a job, their family members are in hospital, or they want a favor. सो नाना प्रकार का कामना वासना पूर्ण करने के लिए भगवान के पास पहुंचते हैं. दे आर गिव एंड टेक वाले. फोर्थ इज ज्ञानी, दोज हू लव गॉड फॉर लव सेक, दैट इज द ट्रू लव. इन द ट्रू लव देयर इज नो रिटर्न. द लव इज ए इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल, समकोण समभुज त्रिकोण, एक ट्रायंगल त्रिभुज, समकोण त्रिभुज, equilateral triangle. There are 3 arms. First arm is love does not know any return. I love you and that's all. Love is not a way, a means to achieve something. When we love someone in order to get something else, वो love नहीं है, सच्चा प्रेम नहीं, वो व्यापार है. 2 चीज़ है, एक प्रेम है और एक काम है. वन इज पैशन एंड इज लव. जहाँ पर कुछ पाने का मतलब है वो काम है, लव नहीं है. लव है, प्रेम है जब कुछ नहीं चाहिए. ए लव एंड फॉर लव से, दैट्स ऑल. नंबर 1. सेकेंड, लव विल बी हैविंग नो फियर. लव मेक्स अस फियरलेस. Swami ji gives an example. A young lady, newly married, having a child, small child, baby in her arms, crossing a road. Very timid lady. When a dog barks, the lady becomes frightened and rushes to the end of the road. इतना भयभीत एक तरुणी रास्ता से जा रहा है. Now, suddenly a tiger comes. So where will that lady go? Swamiji is asking, Swami Vivekananda. And then he replies, she will stand in between the tiger and the child. She will jump to save the child because she loves the child. Love for the child makes her fearless to face a tiger. जान को कबूल नहीं करेगा. यही है लव का उदाहरण. वो जान कबूल करके भी जिसको प्यार करते हैं उसको बचाएंगे. Swamiji says this makes it fearless. And love does not have any deterrent. And thirdly, love teaches us to see the beloved as dependent on him. The peculiar idea. Jashoda loves Gopala. From morning she'll going round and round with some butter in her hand. Someone says that you are looking after Gopala for feeding him butter. He is feeding the entire world. He is the God of the universe. So I do not care. I know that my Gopala is dependent on me. If I do not feed him, he will be unfed. He will be in distress. The nature of life, love, to teaches us to see our object of love as dependent on me. There is a wonderful relation between the lover and the beloved. ये सच्चा प्रेम तभी होता है जब भगवान के साथ सच्चा प्रेम हो जाएंगे, तब भगवान को चलकर आपको पास आना ही पड़ेगा. God is dependent on the beloved. We have to develop that love. That is the goal of life. Sri Ramakrishna is qualified. The goal of life is to see God. Now, seeing God may not be possible for us because we are not prepared to see God. We must have the preparation. Till we are prepared, our instrument is prepared to see God, we cannot see. Arjuna wanted to see the Vishwarup of Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, it is not possible for you. But he says, if you love me, you please show. Then Sri Krishna showed his Virat Roop. It was so dazzling. Arjuna says, please stop it, I cannot see. Please stop it, come back to your old form. So Sri Krishna came back to his old form. So then if we cannot see God, what should be our goal? Sri Ramakrishna says to love God. सबके भीतर में हमारा प्यार है, लेकिन अब प्यार दुनिया को दे के बंटवारा करते हुए देवलिया हो गया है. वो प्यार जो भगवान दिया है वो भगवान को देने के लिए. We have the treasure of love within every one of us. That is to be shared with God and God alone. If we share with any other else, you'll be cheated and frustrated. The प्रेम ईश्वर को ही देना चाहिए, वही प्रेम का समझदार है. He only knows and retaliates with God. The love which God has given to us should be reciprocated, given back to God, and that is the goal of life. सच्चा प्रेम के बारे में बताया. इसके बाद 7th point is the mind. Mind is very restless and mind is impure. Mind is like the lake of water. एक बर्तन के नीचे एक रत्न लगा हुआ है, एक sparkling jewel. If the water is muddy and water is unstable, you cannot see. If the water is made still and water is transparent, you can see. Similarly, God is within us, every one of us present, cannot be seen because we are separated from God by our mind. Mind has two maladies. It is restless, it is impure. What is the pollution of the mind? Various desires. कामना वासना से भरा हुआ है. Every one of us. जन्म जन्मांतर का कामना राशि माइंड में भरा पड़ा हुआ है. Now it is not possible to clean the mind all on a sudden. What is to be done? If we repeat God's name, then mind becomes steady and mind becomes pure at the same time, two in one. When the mind becomes steady and pure, clean and restless, restful, then the God within us flashes forth on its own. So that is the way we have to take care of our mind. So daily, morning and evening, we must sit for some time in meditation to repeat a holy name, sitting quietly, morning and evening, that will enable us to steady the mind, and the concentration of mind is the goal of success wherever you are. Secret of success in life is concentration of mind. And the eighth point is karma. Karma is the great bondage for us. What is making us to be born again and again? It is our work. The Ravidas says the simple theory of life is this: as you sow, so you reap. आप जैसे बोएंगे वैसे कर्म होगा, यहाँ पर जो बताया. Now, this is the philosophy we have been discussing. That is the topic today. This कर्म के कठिन बंध में पड़े हुए जीव. All of us are tied by the stringent bondage of work. हम जैसे करते हैं वैसे ही फल पाते हैं. जो जैसे बोया है वो वैसे उगेगा. Who sows must reap the same, and cause must bring the sure effect. Good and bad, none escape the law. हम अगर अच्छा कर्म करेंगे अच्छा फल होगा, वो फल हमको ही काटना पड़ेगा. मंद कर्म करेंगे मंद फल होगा, उस भी हमें काटना पड़ेगा. Now we are tied up with the bondage of the iron chain of work. Difficulty is कर्म करने से ही बंधन होगा, क्योंकि फल होगा. कर्म करने से फल होगा, वो फल हमें उठाना पड़ेगा. Now, if we do not do work, कर्म ना करें, difficulty is we cannot remain without work. भगवद गीता में श्री कृष्ण says, नहीं कश्चित क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत् कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवश कर्म सर्वै प्रकृति. No one in this world can remain without work. कर्म करना ही पड़ेगा. We are bound to do work. And if we do work, then work will be having some fruit, and we have to bear the fruit. And if it is not exhausted in this life, we come in the next life ad infinitum. That is the way of karma bandhan, जन्म जन्मांतर का जंजीर. बचने का क्या उपाय है? Ravidas says that also our sense and seers has said that कर्म से बचने का उपाय है निष्काम कर्म. कर्म करते चलो, do not be without work, but कर्म का फल से हाथ मत लगाओ. Do not work to have any fruit. Do not lay your hand on the fruit. हमारे कर्म करने का पहले ही हम सोचते हैं इससे क्या मिलेगा. The goal should be to be engaged in good work, and the results will be automatically taken care of. We have the right to do work. Select a work, do it, but do not work to reap the harvest. The harvest doesn't belong to you. The result is not dependent on the work. We have to understand the simple thing. When you work very hard, sometimes, and you see the result is not up to the mark, you become disheartened. मन खराब हो जाता है. बहुत पढ़ाई किया, रिजल्ट ठीक से नहीं हुआ. The attitude was wrong. Do not work to get the result. Result will come on its own. If your mind is fixed on the result, the work cannot be perfect. A part of the mind is wasted on the result which is not in your hand. The result does not depend on the work. Let us understand very clearly. The result is not work oriented. There are many factors involved. Your work, samaskara, then time factor, whatever, there are many factors. Let us not get into this. The lawyer can do a good counsel, but the judgment depends on the judge, not on the lawyer. So we do work, as a result is given by the providence. So what should be the attitude? We work with our full mind, full interest. and leave the result to God. Result will be automatically provided. We need not ask for it. Our work should not be the result oriented. Our work should be work oriented. For work's sake. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, 47th verse, the work has been defined by Sri Krishna as, the work is like a four-legged chair. एक कुर्सी का चार चेयर रहता है, कर्म का भी चार पहिया है. कर्मण्य बाधी का रस्ते. नंबर 1, माँ फलेषु कदाचन, माँ कर्म फलो हेतुर्भु माते संगोस्तु अकर्मणि. To work you have the right. We are here born to do work from birth till end. Ravidas says that our longevity is for 100 years. Be ready to work for 100 years, day and night, without respite. There is no retirement. Ravidas says, very interestingly, do not think that there will be a period you will be without work. It is a foolish thing to think that we retire. We do not retire. Retirement means we change one work and get into another. You judge. Are the retired life people sitting idle? They are doing some work. So there is no retirement. It is a change of work. So we have to work as long as we live. Number 1, karmani eva adhikaraste. Second point is, second paya, ma phaleshu kadachana. Do not ever aspire for the result. If you are aspiring for the result, you are going to be frustrated. तो अगर कोई भी result होगा, the result will come on its own. If you work for getting a result, and if you work without getting a result, your work will be better. Your result will be automatically better. You need not ask for it. The secret is, the person who is looking for the result and preparing, and those who are not looking for the result is prepared, he will be better off. So why karma kyun bigade? Karma should be made perfect. Our whole attention should be done on the work only, not on the result. Second point, ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phalo heturvu. Let your work not be guided by the result. हम कर्म करने के पहले ही जांच करते हैं इसमें क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. जो वर्क हमें मिलता है करते रहिए. भगवान हमें कर्म प्रोवाइड करते हैं. जो कर्म हम कर रहे हैं वो सही ढंग से करें, उससे हमारा फायदा होगा. एंड देन फोर्थ पॉइंट इज, पीपल में थिंक अगर कर्म करने से कोई फल नहीं मिला क्यों करें. माते संगस्त, नेवर बी विदाउट वर्क. जो कर्म छोड़ता है वो गिरता है. यू शुड बी कॉन्स्टेंटली डूइंग वर्क. कर्म करने से चित्त शुद्धि होता है. आवर गोल इज टू सी गॉड, नॉट टू डू वर्क. वर्क ओनली enables us to make the mind pure. Our mind, which is in separating us from God, has to be made pure. As I said, it has to be made pure, is to be made steady. When we do work, then the mind becomes pure, mind becomes steady, enables us to see God. Karma is a work, it's a method to see God, not to earn any benefit. We are not here to get any result. Our result is to see God. भगवान लाभ है. इसीलिए भगवद गीता में the gist of Bhagavad Gita has been said, तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम अनुस्मरन् युध्यच. Verse 7, chapter 8, verse 7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmana. That's why what you do, every moment repeat the name of God, remember God, and continue your work. For Arjuna, the work was fighting. He said, go on fighting. That is given to you. So wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you are studying, you are working, you are cooking, you are doing some household, any work you are doing, do it to the best possible way you can. And while doing, keep a portion of the mind in thought of God. That's all. That will enable you to reach God. That's what Ravidas is said. जो निष्काम कर्म, इसके बारे में रविदास को कहना है, 100 बरस लो जगत मही, जीवत रही करु काम। रविदास कर्म ही धर्म है, कर्म कहो करहो निहकाम। मनुष्य की 100 वर्ष तक अर्थात अपनी पूर्ण आयु तक संसार में जीवित रहकर अपना काम कर लेना चाहिए। रविदास जी कहते हैं कि कर्म करना ही, न कि कर्म को त्याग कर जंगल और पहाड़ में भटकना मनुष्य का धर्म है, पर यह कर्म निष्काम भाव से करना चाहिए। रविदास मनस कर धर्म है, कर्म कर ही दिन रात। कर्मन ही फल पावना, नहीं काहू की हाथ। रविदास जी कहते हैं कि मनुष्य की यह धर्म है कि वो दिन रात अपना कर्म करते रहें, पर कर्मों का फल पाना कर्म करने वाला किसी मनुष्य के हाथ में नहीं होता। यू हैव टू लर्न दिस सिंपल दिस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ लाइफ। कर्म का फल कर्म करने वाला के हाथ में नहीं होता है। कर्म फल के प्राप्ति अन्य कोई बातों पर निर्भर करते, उसमें मत फंसिए। आप अपना कर्म सही ढंग से करते रहिए, निष्काम कर्म करते रहिए, वो कर्म आपको मोक्ष का कारण होगा। अगर फल पाने के लिए कर्म करोगे, वो कर्म बंधन का कारण होगा। कर्म तो सब वही करते हैं, लेकिन स्वाधीनता मेरा है। हम कर्म अपने बंधन के लिए करें और मोक्ष के लिए करें। All of us have to do work. Choice is ours. Either do the work for our bondage or for freedom. There is no fool who will do the work for his bondage. The work should be done for freedom, to realize God, and that is the way to do the work without any motive, without looking our result will come on its own. We do not worry. Result will be automatic. If you do good work, good result is automatic. But let us not wait. Whatever result is provided, we are fine. We will be rewarded. When we do the work with perfection, the result is our purification of the mind. That is the result we are looking for. Our mind is becoming pure, and mind is becoming transparent, by which we can see God. With this, we go to the next philosophy of Ravidas. We will take up in the next Sunday class. निरंजनम नित्यम अनंत रूपम भक्तानुकंपाधृत विग्रहम वै ईशावतारम परमेशमिड्यम तम रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत्। श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। So today will be as usual, Sunday evening at 5 o'clock, 5 to 5:30 there will be youth class where Swami Vivekananda's the lectures from Colombo to Almora will be read, and Bhartiya Vyakhyan will be conducted in Hindi and guided meditation. You are all welcome in the evening. There will be youth personality development program from 5 p.m. onwards. And the evening after Arati there will be group bhajan in the temple. Let us close the program with the chanting of God in chorus. Please join with me. Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ram Krishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om